Damn, bro, this shit's crazy.
Ayo, Muff, you going up. Ayo, Muff, you going up.
Damn, bro, this shit's crazy.
Burn Live, y'all. Burn Live, where we marijuanically keeping us together, hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers. I read, keeping underage, smoking on social media, killing myself for your entertainment, sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabis session. That feel good to say that one right there. Woo! Mondays, y'all, on the Burn Live show, we cover all marijuana stories and laws and things that go on that pertains to us learning about marijuana and things that go on in your state's laws, and not forgetting the hard fight that we start off with this channel in the first place. I always felt that it was always going to be a need for me to come back to this days and stuff like this. So I picked the day, Monday out of all days, marijuana, with the M's. And yet again, there's a lot of things to still cover. We got the first quarter numbers in. We're still worried about gun laws and marijuana, hoping that be able to come up on the ballot in November. There's a lot of things in marijuana that still need to be happening, and regulations, and what are the proper procedures. I will be covering it every Monday here live on the Burn Live channel. Go check us out every day. Now, first things first, I'm getting into this first quarter sales of marijuana and see what those numbers are looking like. Without a further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Hello.
Oh. What's up, pimpin'? Oh, my bad. What's up, bro?
What's up, AP?
Said that. I'm sorry.
You good?
I'm
There's
saying
nothing.
I'm saying it to the kids.
Well, today is Monday. We're going over marijuana news and stuff like that. I have just blazed my little blunt. This is the first quarter sales of the new year and what those numbers are looking like and what they are telling us. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Tax on recreational marijuana that went into effect earlier this year in Michigan is not bringing in as much as anticipated. The financial report for the first quarter shows the tax revenues are much lower. 13 on your side's Jordan Hatfield looks at the numbers and what they could mean in the future.
Yes, the wholesale tax was established to pay for some dire road repairs throughout the state, but the latest numbers are coming in far below the initial estimates, meaning the future looks hazy. The Mitten State's wholesale tax on marijuana has received a mixed response since it was enacted earlier this year. The 24% tax causing some dispensary owners to raise prices, and sales numbers slumped. According to a report issued by the House Fiscal Agency in September of last year, the state was estimated to collect around $420 million annually from the tax. Quarter one data released at the end of May shows they collected just shy of $34 million in taxes, a major fraction of what they would need to collect to reach the $420 million projection. The report also notes a 3.9% drop in taxes collected from recreational weed sales, in line with the trend of year-to-year sales numbers being consistently lower in 2026 compared to 2025. The revelation hardly shocking to some in the industry, like Matthew Sanders.
I mean, I think every cannabis operator probably foresaw that outcome, but I mean, these people who passed the laws unfortunately aren't really as tapped in as we are.
Sanders has been critical of the wholesale tax in the past, speaking with 13 on Your Side back in March. While he says customers remain loyal at his dispensary, they have the added advantage of medical weed sales on top of recreational.
A lot of people have gotten med cards specifically to just shop on the med side and not have to deal with that tax. For the retail people, I think they're just making their budgets work with what they can.
As sales slide statewide, Sanders isn't hopeful that change is on the horizon.
Maybe they're making adjustments to what they had planned to see in revenue based on the sales going down, which I mean we all expected, like I said. But yeah, I don't think they are going to move quickly to repeal it.
It's still unclear what this means for those road repairs the money collected from the tax is intended for. And as of now, there are still efforts to repeal the wholesale tax through a lawsuit and a Senate bill working its way through the State House.
I feel like this happens every beginning of laws when they get started. When you're looking at a law and it's just getting into place, especially marijuana, then you're looking at the taxes, and then you're like, okay, I'm supposed to make such and such amount of money. This amount of money needs to be taxed because I have proceeds and goals, like they said, $400 million in revenue off of just taxes alone is projected to be made, and they're not thinking about inflations and other things that put in place. They're thinking about people just going out and buying on a regular basis. And yes, as they showing you last year numbers and not having all these problems in place. We wasn't in a new war with Iran. We wasn't dealing with a lot of these. I don't think we were dealing with Venezuela last year either. We didn't have the Venezuela's problem. There's a lot of little problems we didn't have, but people are going to still say that gas prices were high. Grocery was high, even though I can honestly say groceries was high last year because of, yet again, we still was dealing with inflation from a whole nother administration. Trump big beautiful bill hasn't got put into place. Now it has, and within him putting into place, we is in a war. So marijuana people are not looking at that part, and I guess we're not going to look at this for the simple fact marijuana's not gonna, we're not gonna hold no excuses over why something is. But yet again, if you go get your marijuana license, you'll evade the taxes on it too. So loopholes around paying taxes is always there too. And that goes for the rich. The rich find loopholes on paying taxes too. So why would we think any other source of reasons? Like, if I don't understand that about people too when it comes to economical growth, of understanding that we can take away
more than 300 pages and
taxes away from ourselves if we think smart and play smart and move smart. But yet again, a lot of people don't like to do that. And then when we don't do that, or we don't apply that to ourselves, we're stuck. And this is a marijuana day, and you're probably going to look at this and like, what that has to do with anything. We have to understand budgeting. Marijuana potheads, they understand budgeting too. You measure ounces and stuff, and so you know about measuring it and budgeting for us that, because you don't want to overmix, you don't want to overdose. Well, we got to supply that same ethic and method to our pocketbooks and stuff like that, so we can start making an income and growth in the world. And go check me out tomorrow on Tuesday, where I talk about stock market and AI projections.
at the heart of it, it questions whether consumers are being provided with a clear picture of the products they are buying. Filed in early May, the suit takes on Cresco Labs, Green Thumb Industries.
This is a report that's coming in from, looks like to me, Chicago. Looks like to me, Chicago. Chicago got some news going on, some cannabis news, and let's get more into details.
The lawsuit spans more than 300 pages, and at the heart of it, it questions whether consumers are being provided with a clear picture of the products they are buying. Filed in early May, the suit takes on Cresco Labs, Green Thumb Industries, and Verano Holdings, all headquartered in Chicago. The complaint accuses those companies of deceptively marketing cannabis products as a treatment for mental and physical ailments. But the plaintiffs argue that cannabis is not actually FDA approved to treat those conditions. The suit also points to research linking cannabis use to mental health conditions like psychosis, depression, and anxiety. Attorney Patrick Canale says product labeling needs to do more to inform people about potential risks and is drawing similarities between the cannabis industry and big tobacco before the public had tobacco warnings as we know them today.
There's a whole subclass of people who are really suffering mental health disorders as well as other physical ailments that they're not tying together with their cannabis use. And that's one of the purposes of the lawsuit, is just to make sure that consumers are aware of what's going on so they can make an informed and knowing decision with respect to whether they want to use the product. What we ultimately need is a public education campaign, whether that's through labeling, whether that's through signage, whether that's through package inserts. But ultimately, at the end of the day, people need to be aware of these damages that they're not aware of because cannabis is so new and the marketing has been so slick.
We reached out to all three companies for comment. Only Verano Holdings replied, writing in part, Verano operates in compliance with applicable state laws and regulations, including the detailed product labeling, testing, and warning requirements dictated by each state in which Verano is licensed. The medical use and benefits of cannabis have also long been recognized by the states themselves, as reflected in the comprehensive medical marijuana programs. We strongly disagree with the allegations and intend to defend the matter vigorously. Now, Canale tells me this legal fight could take years to play out in court. It is something we will continue to stay on top of. Terrence, Sylvia.
So, is cannabis news, labelings, and dispensaries telling us the truth? Are they lying to us? Are they just being deceitful to get our dollars? When we was told all these, was weed healthy for this? Was weed healthy for that? Well, this was just a plague on our intelligence so we can get dispensaries, so we can actually try to get this regulated, because somebody figured out this was $1 billion industry, almost $1 trillion industry. All these labels that we go inside these dispensaries and we read and we're like, hey, I have these symptoms, I'm looking for this. And, you know, you talk to a bud tender, I think that's what they call them. And they're giving back you this information. Is this information correct or very informative towards us making the right decision for us smoking weed? We really have to think about these decisions and questions every day. You know what I'm saying? We understand. People that take it like, I understand what it does for me and how it helps me. I've been doing it for a long time and blah, 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 blah. It's sort of the cool thing to do and stuff. But if you're looking at it healthy-wise, is it actually providing something healthiness for you? May not be healthy in the long run. We don't know. And that's a lot of people's argument now. It's that long run argument. And what is it doing to help us and our body? You know? Is it really that thing? Is it really helping or is it really hurting?
Do the plaintiffs actually claim that they were harmed by using these products?
You know, not necessarily, Sylvia. This lawsuit really digs into the economic repercussions of it, with the plaintiff.
Even a lawsuit sounds phony. Well, I ain't gonna say it sounds phony, but even a lawsuit sounds scam. It's like if I sat here and thought about a scam and like, yo, I'm in this weed industry, I'm gonna legalize it, but I'm gonna hurry up and sue with all the little petty lawsuits that I think that people could come out with. And I'm gonna hurry up and do those and get those out the way. So we can't keep running it up all the time over dumb stuff. That's how I look at it. And I could be wrong. Because she had a good question. Did anybody get hurt? Are they claiming foul play? No, they're just talking about the actual writing on the wall, what the meanings and what the terms mean. The terms on some of the paper are falsified, not telling the truth of what they're really here for and how they can really help our bodies. And in that situation, hey, they're not wrong, and we got to do something about it. You would think doing something about it and calling it out would be a step in the right direction. Y'all, let me bring it to my home.
Saving lives on the roads.
Let me bring it to my home in Nevada, where the alcohol and the weed do play. But I don't know. Let me stop. Let's listen to this story.
Every single day by stopping DUI drivers. You've seen officers perform these field sobriety tests when they pull someone over. For the very first time, Metro Police and Planet 13, they opened their doors to Fox 5, exclusively showing us their training for law enforcement, spotting the signs of marijuana intoxication. It's called the Green Lab. It's the only one of its kind in the country inside a dispensary.
Do you have any questions? 2025, we've developed this relationship with Planet 13. We can educate officers in a different way.
5, 6.
Inside the Green Lab, law enforcement from Metro Police across the valley in southern Nevada perform field sobriety tests on people who are high in a controlled environment.
To see the types of facilities and to make it known that it's okay to do these type of things here in Las Vegas, but it's not okay to get behind the wheel.
All these volunteers are Planet 13 workers. They all have designated drivers. At the consumption lounge, volunteers smoke and consume THC in different forms. Law enforcement got a tour of Planet 13. Buds to drinks to food, there's many ways to get high. Volunteers then get a standardized field sobriety test.
4, 5.
Officers learn the many unique signs of a weed high.
If you're not trained on it, you're probably not going to even recognize it.
The telltale signs: tremors, eye tremors, swaying, delayed reaction time.
We'll put this into my machine.
Metro officers may subject drivers to saliva tests in the field.
Affects you and your driving habits and how it slows your reaction time down.
Most of them don't seem to realize how much it's impacted them.
And it affects everybody differently, and especially depending on how much that you use.
81% of our customers are tourist related. So almost all of them use Uber, Lyft, and taxis.
Planet 13's founder, Larry Scheffler, says his security team already works closely with Metro.
They liked what we're doing.
It's such a unique partnership to have a class for law enforcement here.
It's a big thing for Metro because, of course, they don't consume use. They're really removed. And there's a lot to learn.
You know,
do you feel?
Feel like $1 million.
Workers already get training to help customers avoid DUIs.
Everyone is different in their tolerance, and they should use it with that kind of knowledge and respect.
I already had planned out the Uber, so indulge in responsibility.
Got a plan. FollowHours said the class has already helped officers spot medical emergencies, and an officer was able to aid a festival goer at EDC. Metro holds these labs once a quarter. They hope to hold them even more regularly. saving lives on the roads every single day by.
Man, good news, and hope it helps you out. Hope it helps it out. Understand the difference between DEI and stuff like that. This delayed reaction that people are referring to is people that are more relaxed or pure under the marijuana, not trying to be alert, because I don't think the delayedness and stuff that they're talking about when a person is more alert than normal, it happens. I think that's a load of crap. You know what I'm saying? That's right around the corner. I'll go check it out myself and see what my results are, and probably bring the results back to y'all and show the results to y'all on an everyday topic and situation. That's good. That's what's up. You understand? Now, should they have this in the other states? Should other states think about picking this up? Had this training across the board? I do believe so. I think training is good, and when you talk about training in this format, it doesn't sound harmful. It sounds helpful, and I think that's the whole procedures of everything is what we try to do, at least be helpful and trying to put us together. Now, there's still been a lot of cases of gummies and stuff inside schools and hospitals, and even heard some things about pets. I did cover this story a while back just to let y'all know. Florida is allowing marijuana. If you have a marijuana license, that you can fly. Don't forget about that. Still trying to keep people up there, because a lot of people still don't know stuff like that. You know, still scary. And not trying to say scary in a bad way, just scary of not understanding that, hey, you are allowed to do something. Don't get too alarmed when you get hit with certain things. I am thinking with Trump decriminalizing weed, they still got consumers out here really trying to get it to the point to where they wanted to get it to where you could just be more comfortable with it. But you still got the charges, places like Texas. You know what I'm saying? I would be caught dead in Texas with weed. Sad, dangerous, risking it. But yet again, we still getting these small little reports about, if you can't go here, you can go there. Can't go there, you can go here. So without further ado, here's somewhere else you can do.
You can now carry medical marijuana in your luggage on your next flight. The TSA just quietly updated its guidelines. As of April 27th, medical marijuana is allowed in both carry-on bags and checked bags. While marijuana is legal in our state and many others, it is still illegal on the federal level. The TSA guidelines state that agents are not looking for illegal drugs, but if they suspect evidence of criminal activity, they may refer the traveler to law enforcement for more screenings.
Ugh. Y'all know that's small. Not nothing big. Don't get all crazy. Don't get all crazy and all out of hand. Okay. I think that's another thing people will probably be trying to do too, is get all crazy and out of hand. What do y'all think? We're just still talking about puffing. People still be talking vaping. I mean, you got people that dab now. Been dabbing, but I'm talking about dab. I've been to some competitions and dabbing, and they are big, obnoxious, long, breathtaking dabs. And the things that people you see going on up in there, bro, you be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Just, you would have never think that all that dabbing goes on. We talking about thick slabs. I haven't been around a competition in a while. And I kind of veered off more into my politic world and stuff and start covering news and stuff like that. I kind of slowed down on marijuana and stuff like that. I mean, I stayed informed of what's going on and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe new dabs that's coming out, still hang out with a couple of friends. Shout out to my Arizona cannabis friends out there, you know what I'm saying, that's staying in it 24/7. They're not going to stop. I got it. God, it says cannabis law state by state. I think that's what we should do. Just sit here Monday through Monday and go over each state and its laws and stuff like that. Got my guy right here. He did his one for Arizona. Thinking about doing that and just a brief breakdown of what they are. Because it's kind of slow in the marijuana news today. Not too surprised. Also, I was down, ladies and gentlemen. I've been down a little bit. So it's probably a lot of other news in marijuana I haven't covered. Everybody just want to cover. Yeah, let me. Everybody's hanging on the Trump when it comes to the marijuana news. Let's see. What?
Strikes.
As Natalie Brand reports, President Donald Trump is pushing for a pause so peace negotiations continue.
Israel is on edge following overnight strikes by Iran. Hospitals move patients underground while at airports, some Israeli residents tried to get out.
We need the vacation. It's very stressful here in this country.
Israel's air defenses intercepted many of the Iranian missiles, but some got through, including this one stuck in the ground in the West Bank. In Iran, domestic flights were canceled after Israel returned fire, hitting this petrochemical plant and other military targets. The tit-for-tat started as a result of continued fighting between Israel and Iran's proxy Hezbollah in southern Lebanon.
With the flare-up threatening to impact negotiations between the U.S. and Iran, President Trump called on both sides to stop shooting.
On social media, he also said final negotiations on peace are proceeding, quote, subject to ignorance or stupidity getting in its way. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Monday that Israel has stopped its attacks on both Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon after Iran announced it would halt military operations. But he also warned that if attacked again, Israel will respond with force. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Meeting 24 years in the making. The Portland Fire have returned.
That's what you're talking about, where you hear other sides saying that they're trying to stop. But you get these, you know what I'm saying, you always got somebody ignorant that wants to go against the rules and stuff like that. make it better for other people, because you know everybody sees it happening and stuff like that, and that's unfortunately a problem. Okay, so okie dokie. Oh yeah, I did hear some stuff about this too, so I wouldn't call this breaking news, but Trump is going to be at the Knicks game tonight, and there's a lot of controversy around that. People ain't doing this, people ain't doing that, people can't do this. I've been hearing some things. I didn't think it was going to be this big of a deal, but man, I guess it's a big deal. What can we say? It's the Bird Live Show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Anytime that you're watching this, appreciate you watching it. Keep puffing. I'm out. Peace.
This motherfucker is locked. Talking, I'm in love, but don't make a fuss.